good? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. We're back again with another pre-gaming show. We got a big fight week coming up, man. We got a lot of fights on the 31st, but we got some stuff on the 30th and February the 1st, so we're gonna cover all of that. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Come on in, drop your comments, drop your predictions in the chat. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We got a lot of fights to cover, so let's get to it. All right, my man Mike in the building. What's good with you? Hotep in the building. What's good? Salute to you. Um, it's all good, bro. Salute to you. It's all good, man. I appreciate you coming through. Yes, sir. So we're gonna get started, man. We got some under the radar type of fights. Of course, we got a big card at MSG. We got a card in Puerto Rico, man. We got a lot of shit for everybody. So we're gonna tap in for sure. So starting with tomorrow. So this card right here is on the IBA YouTube channel. So you guys can watch this for free. It's in Russia. You got a big heavyweight fight coming up right here with Kamadov versus Lenardet. So these guys, they big punches too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys are familiar with IBA. They do pro and they do amateur boxing. So it's a lot of young up and coming amateurs that's gonna be on this card, and they also have professional fights. So you won't find like if you go to BoxRec, they not on BoxRec. You know what I'm saying? BoxRec don't list them anymore. They used to, but they don't really rock with them or keep their records. But you can watch it on YouTube. It's boxing tomorrow morning, so you know what I'm saying. You guys tap in. All right. Here's another card. This one from Southern California. We're gonna tap on to my man TJ in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I appreciate that super chat. He said salute. Big boxing weekends. Yes, sir. A lot of good stuff. Andrew Gray, what's good with you? A lot of good stuff. And I know you're a betting man, so you know what I'm saying? It's a good week. This card right here is this is from Long Beach. This is a DMG Boxing. They're a new promotion company down in Southern California. They have some notable guys on this card though. If you guys keeping track at home, DMG they just signed Brandon Adams, and Brandon Adams is going to fight Kevin Ajako for the IBF Final Eliminator in April. So they working with him. But on this card, you have Samuel Arnold. He's an up and coming. He's like a French contender now, but he's a solid fighter. He's undefeated. He's fighting for a regional title on this card. Cassius Chaney, the heavyweight, he's gonna face Alexander Flores. So we know Cassius Chaney he signed to fight Anthony Joshua in November on that Saudi card, but AJ got the Jake Paul fight. So let's see how Cassius Chaney look. You know what I'm saying? Because he one phone call away from a big fight. He's facing the veteran Alexander Flores. And then you have Lawrence King on the card, light heavyweight, French contender, Southpaw. He just signed with them as well. So yeah, bro. I like these type of cards, these kind of local cards. It's a good building prospects. You get to build fighters and stuff like that. You got Perler, she's on this card too. She signed with Top Rank. So yeah, of course y'all know Top Rank been putting their prospects on different cards just to keep them active until they get their new deal. So yeah, bro. I'm trying to find a link for this one. I forgot which platform. So tap into my community tab. I should put that on there as well once I get it. Apple LD, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. He said, you gonna be there then? Which one? No, I ain't going out. No. We're gonna save that for later on. We ain't going out. All right, Pro Box, yo. Pro Box is back. You know, Pro Box been one of the standout promotion companies in the last couple of years. They've been holding it down. So they're gonna do their card right here, January the 30th, for the DC area. So you got Brian Flores versus Starlin Castillo. This is 140 pounds. 140 pounds is a super hot division. We got a lot of big fights coming up at 140. Teofimo Shakur, Hitchens, and Duarte. You got Frank Martin and Albright. You got Russell versus Andy Harako. A lot of big fights at 140. I'm probably leaving out guys. We just seen Dalton Smith do his thing. So, yeah, Pro Box is going to match you up real tough. Flores is a good fighter. He only got, I think he got one loss. He's a pretty solid fighter, tough, strong, and rugged. Castillo is a tall, rangy southpaw boxer, so that should be pretty tough. They got a lot of DMV fighters on this card. Suleiman Sagawa, he's on this card. He's a good featherweight. I thought he actually beat Shu when they fought, but he's a good fighter. He's tough, uh, kind of crafty, hard to deal with, tough, southpaw. You know what I'm saying? So he's a handful. You got Jordan White on the card. He's coming off a loss to Renee Taylor, so he's trying to bounce back. Scarborough Jr. had a highlight reel knockout his last fight, so they brought him right back. But he's facing Brandon Valdez, who's should be a solid test for him. Elijah Flores, another up and coming prospect, welterweight, pretty solid. Ben Johnson, he might be one of the most talented guys, coming up, young fighters. Ben Johnson is pretty solid. Jordan Roach, that's Lamont Roach Jr.'s younger brother on the card. Trayvon Marshall, David Whitmire. You got a bunch of young, talented fighters from that DMV area that's going to be on this card. So make sure you guys tap in. ProBox TV, live on YouTube, man. I'm excited about this card because I like to see the young guys develop and given an opportunity to develop. You know what I'm saying? So that's always good to see these young fighters. So y'all tap in. Y'all know ProBox be going crazy. He said, "Got you." He said, "Close fight." I think I like Flores here. Yeah, I think he can win that fight, bro. I'm with you on that. Marlon Prince in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. We're gonna keep it pushing. So this Friday night, so we got yeah, man, we got man boxing on Friday nights. That reminds us of the old days, ESPN Friday night fights and shit like that. Yes, sir. All right. So Saturday, man, we got like I said, the 31st is so jam packed of boxing. It's a little bit for everybody. We have this card right here is live on the zone. These guys is fighting in Denmark. You have Jacob Bank versus William Skull, former world champion. This fight is at 168 pounds. This is pretty much a pick 'em fight. You know what I'm saying? And they fight for something because they Jacob Bank is high rank. He got a high ranking in the WBO rankings at 168. So he's right there for a world title. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see when Hamza Shiraz and Pacheco gonna fight. Uh, so and the winner of this fight could get an opportunity to be the mandatory. Jacob Bank is kind of, a lot of people probably don't know him, but he's a European fighter. I don't know if he's world level yet. I think he's a solid fighter. You know what I'm saying? He got a decent win over Tyrone Zerge, but let's see. He fighting William Skull, who is at least. I mean, when he won the world title, I thought he actually lost to Shiskin, but Will Skull can fight. That shit, I know we didn't like what he did against Canelo. He left a bad taste in boxing fans in our mouth, right? You know what I'm saying, when we saw that. But at the end of the day, he can win this fight. You know what I'm saying? Will Skull can win this fight. It's pretty much 50-50. They got a lot on the line, so I'm interested in this because 168 done flipped upside down since Crawford retired and vacated his belts. So everybody is scratching and clawing trying to get a vacant title or get an eliminator or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we know the landscape at 68 now. So Resendez got elevated WBA champion, and Billy got elevated this week, WBC. Pacheco and Shiraz got a purse bid coming up for the WBO. Iglesias and Sagani, they're going to fight for the vacant IBF. So it's an opportunity for these guys. The winner of this fight can be in a great position to fight for a world title sometime soon. So that's dope right there. I'm looking forward to it. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Also on this card, something to look out for. You have the return of Dana Thorsland. She's coming off a long layoff. You know, when she's active, she's pretty much a top 10 pound for pound women's fighter. Like I think she's 2 or 3 division world champion, but she's moving up to featherweight, and she's fighting for the WBC interim title. So you know, what I'm saying, if you follow women's boxing, that tells you that she'll be the mandatory for Tierra Brown. Tierra Brown, WBC champion. She just signed with MVP today. Dina Thorsland, she signed with MVP as well. So there you go. That's a natural fight right there. And that's a good fight too down the road. But first things first, Dina has to win this fight against Alvarez. It's a fight she should win. but she's moving up in weight, and we'll have to see. We haven't seen her in a while, so this is on this card as well. So make sure you guys tap in. This is on the Zone. Check your times for this. It's gonna be live from Denmark. Also on the Zone, just announced we got Boxer. They have a card this weekend. Originally, it's supposed to have been Adam Azim headlining, but he got injured. Him and Lemos got injured, so they had to pull out the card. But we have Fran Hennessy. She's going to she's fighting a WBC final eliminator at 118 pounds to become the mandatory for undisputed champion Shanika Johnson. So I like Hennessy though. She's fun. She dancing and shit to the ring. She can fight too. So she got a tough opponent though. Botel can fight though. It should be a solid fight for her, and she's headlining her first show. Grady Krause, he's a light heavyweight, big puncher. They high on him. They're talking about he's gonna be like the next. I don't know, Dimitri Bivol. No, Berturbiev. I don't know, but he's fun though. He always in fun fights, light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And they just announced this card gonna be on the Zone as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but yeah. You got guys like Archie Sharp is on the card. We know we've known him for a long time. Hassan Azam is on the card. That's the brother of Adam. Then you got Coda versus Garside. That should be a pretty good fight as well. So yeah, man, check out Boxer. We got another fight card on the 31st. Live on the Zone. Y'all tap in. All right. So I had to mention this one. This is a under the radar card, but this is Zerto Promotions card. Yes, Zerto Ramirez. He's been having a promotion company for a while, even though he's locked in with Golden Boy. But this is Zerto. Zerto has a card down in Texas, man. So yeah, I'm not sure where we can watch this at, but it's always interesting to see fighters having promotional companies. Jerry Bermontez is on this card, light heavyweight. Julian Delgado, yeah, he's on the card too. He's a local guy. And Kareem Hackett, he trains with Zerto. So yeah, hopefully, man, let me get a link or something. I wouldn't mind checking this out. You know what I'm saying? Zerto putting on the card. We know Zerto got a big fight coming up with David Benavidez May the 2nd. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that as well. But, let's see how his show looked down in Texas this week. All right, Matchroom Boxing from the UK. This is we got 3 world title fights coming up in the we got 3 world titles at 154 on the line on Saturday. This the first one. So Bakr Mutazalia versus Josh Kelly. So yeah, we're gonna touch on the undercard first and work our way up. So you got some young guys on the card. Leo Atang is on the card, heavyweight, just starting his career. Lee Rogers, you got Bradley Casey. So yeah, this is like the undercard is a lot of prospects, a lot of up and coming guys that staying active. So that's what's up. The main 3 fights we're gonna touch on. We got Josh Pally is back. So Josh Pally, after his fight with Shakur, he went 2-0 and he dropped down to 130. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty solid fighter as well. He's fighting for a European title against Bellamali. So let's see. Let's see how Pally looked. His last fight, man, he looked so-so. He looked so-so in that fight. Let's see if he can pick it up because Pally, he could be close to a world title fight. Like, we got Jazza Dickens defending his title against Anthony Kakashi. Like, the winner of that can give Pally an opportunity on some domestic shit. You know what I'm saying? So he got to keep winning. Let's see how he look. Hopefully he looked better than he did last time. He struggled in his last fight. We got the big punching. Alif Turhan is back. Yeah, bro. She's dynamite. You know what I'm saying, with her punches. You know what I'm saying. She bring a lot of heat to the ring. She's coming off a knockout victory against Beatrice Vieira. Took her title in December, and she's right back in January. She's facing Jensen. And Jensen, they got a common opponent, Shauna Brown. Jensen lost to Shauna Brown, and Turhan got Shauna Brown up out of there in the first round. So they go your triangle theory. But Turhan, she throw a lot of wide shots. If you're a good boxer, you can be able to capitalize on that. But if you don't bring it, you ain't bringing shit to the table to make her second guess. You know what I'm saying? She just gonna run you over. You know what I'm saying? That shit's exciting. I ain't gonna lie. She got heavy hands. She looked kind of unassuming at the press conference and the weigh-ins and stuff like that. But when she get in the ring, she'll kill her. So yeah, she had a big 2025, and if she get a win right here, she'll be in position to hopefully unify all the belts at one. The rest of the belts at 35 is with MVP. You got the WBC champion Caroline Dubois. She supposed to unify with Terry Harper, WBO champion, and then you have Stephanie Hahn, the WBA champion. So we got to get Turhan in the mix if she wins this fight. And also, this is a good fight for Alicia Baumgartner as well. You know what I'm saying? Because she really don't have a lot of opponents at 130. So she either gonna have ladies coming up from featherweight to fight, or she had to go up to lightweight and get some fights. So, but Turhan, she a beast though. I like how she be bringing that smoke. So we'll see how she look coming back off a quick turnaround too. All right, main event: Bakram Mutazaliev versus Josh Kelly. This is an interesting fight, man. People are saying this is gonna be a wash for Bakram. And the more I watch, I don't know if it's gonna be a wash. You know what I'm saying? Josh Kelly is real crafty, a good boxer, good upper body movement. We know about him getting stopped early in his career against Avanesha and stuff like that. But I think he can be tricky with Bakram. Because Bakram, the one thing, there's probably one thing Bakram has to do in this fight for me is go to the body. And he's not a body puncher. He's a mid-range type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Good jab, good straight right hand. He got a good three. The left hook is nice. You see him clean up Tim Tszyu with that. But I like to see him go to the body. I think when they in space, Josh Kelly gonna have some success. I think he gonna have some success. Now, can he hurt Bakram and keep him on his toes? We're gonna see. Bachman been out of the ring for a year plus. You know what I'm saying? He's on the road. Josh Kelly already made a commitment to fight Boots sometime later this year if he wins. So the odds are stacked against Bachman. He got a promoter that really ain't working for him. He's basically the B-side champion on the road going to Newcastle to fight Josh Kelly. It's a fight Josh Kelly can win, y'all. I'm just trying to put it out there. I can see him in spots out Boston Mutazaliev. The thing for me though, I think Kelly can make him miss, but will he be able to make him pay? Will he be consistent enough to sit there and try to make Bachman pay? You know what I'm saying? Because he can make him miss all day, but can he make him pay? If he can't make him pay consistently, he gonna give Bachman opportunities to counter him or keep him on the back foot and be able to control the fight. I like Bachman though. I'm picking Bachman in this fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly win. And I can see Kelly in spots outclassing Bachman. I'm just saying, I can see it. I seen Bachman struggle with Koke, who was doing well and was a quicker guy and was doing well in that fight. I had Bachman down before he stopped him late in that fight in the 11th round. So I think Kelly, even at 154, I think he's gonna be strong at the weight, and he got good quickness and stuff like that. So he can be able to, like I said, if he make him miss and make him pay consistently, he gonna have a great opportunity to become the IBF champion. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I know everybody else is going for Bachram and Bachram gonna kill him and this, that, and the third. But before I jump on that train, I like to look at the film. And the film ain't telling me he's running through Kelly, even though it sounds crazy. I seen him have problems with guys that can box a little bit. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I like Bachman too, though. Yeah, Kelly is live here. I think Kelly is live. In the UK, can see Kelly decision. Yeah, Bachman's feet aren't the best. Yeah, he kind of sluggish, he's stuck in the mud a little bit. Let's see, man. He said backhand. Let's see. Let's see if Bachman can cut the ring off too. And let's see. It's an interesting fight though. Different type of styles. Bachman is more like the European style, jab, 1-2, 1-2-1. He's from that Kovalev school of boxing. Kelly got a lot of swag in his game, upper body movement, make you miss type of shit. But like I said, let's see how his offense gonna look as well. All right, so nice segue. We got the other two titles at 154 that's on the line. We got a good unification right here. Xander Zayas versus Abbas Baru. WBO, WBA titles on the line, man. We're gonna work our way up. I'm loving this. I'm loving this fight right here because they was trying to give Xander Zayas Giovanni Santillan. He was like, nah. He went ahead and vetoed that and went straight to a unification. That's dope. And this is an important fight for this division. So yeah, we're gonna work our way up though. Co-main event, you got Rohan Polanco. He's gonna face Christian Guzman. So Guzman been around. He got like 6 losses, but he been in there with some solid competition. I remember he fought Giasov, and he been around. So Polanco, I like him. He's a guy that walks forward behind the Philly shell. Good puncher, strong. If you ain't you got to put combinations together and try to throw a right hand over that Philly shell that he's doing. But Polanco is very menacing. He come forward with under that Philly shell and he's landing hard shots. He trying to get you up out of there. I expect him to get a stoppage in this fight, and then that can lead to a bigger fight at 147. He's a solid contender in that division at 147. Um, we have Giovanni Santillan, so he's back making his debut at 154. Like I said, they was trying to make him versus Xander. Maybe he get the Xander fight later on in the year. Who knows when Tyron get their deal? But Santillan got a lot of fights, over 30 wins. We know the one loss to Brian Norman. He's facing Courtney Pennington, so it's a fight where he should be able to dominate and win. But let's see how he look at the new weight. Now I understand him moving up to 54 because he been at 47 for a long time. Look, y'all got look. I don't know if y'all remember this or know this. Santillan was in training camp with Floyd Mayweather to get him ready for Robert Guerrero 2012, 2013. And he was fighting at 147 back then. So that's like 13 years ago. So it's probably time for him to move up. He's with Robert Garcia. So let's see. Yuri Cedeno, he's a middleweight contender. He got a good fight too. He's facing my man William, the dude from Brazil who gave Troy Isley a tough fight in his last fight. So Daniel is a southpaw, good puncher. He's tough. I think this is a nice little step for him. Let's see, because this William kid never been stopped. He's very crafty with long arms. He can make the fight kind of ugly. Not I ain't gonna say ugly, but real tricky. You gonna have to be creative with this guy William because he got long arms and he can probably offset some of the shit you're trying to do. So let's see. And then you got one month son on the card. He been looking explosive as of late. His couple of fights he been having, real entertaining. Let's see. Let's see how he look though. He's fun. He's fun to watch. Still early though. Still early for him. So yeah, I like the undercard. And look, I forgot to say this. So I'm gonna get to it right here. Y'all can watch this card on Top Rank on on the Fast channel. Y'all already know Tubi, Vizio, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's free. So no complaining, none of that shit. You can watch it on. I know people talk shit about fights being on Tubi, bro. Anything that's free, bro, tell me I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? Because we invested in the sport, in the business of boxing. So we paying pay-per-views. We watching these under the radar cards and Chop Chop Gonzalez paying $29.99 for Chop Chop Gonzalez. You know what I'm saying? So we invested in this. So when we can get a free card, bro, yo, let us know. That should be, you know what I'm saying, easy money. It ain't nothing to laugh and joke about because if you really truly invested in boxing, you will understand the play. And they say, yo, all you gotta do is log in and you good. So yeah, so this will be on the Fast channels, the Top Rank Classic. So you guys can tap in with that for sure. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this. I like this. That's just a play on words with his name. I feel you, bro. I see. I see. Khalid in the building. What's good with you? Teach in the building. Salute to you. Santillan was one of Tim Bradley's main sparring partners. Okay, so damn, he been around 147 for a long time. Whose card is that? Whose card is this one? This is Xander Zayas card. Top rank. Yeah, this top rank. Yeah. Top rank. You can catch this card on Tubi. Yeah, William. Yeah, he's tough, bro. He's tough. This dude can fight. Um, he give all his opponents good fights too, man. Like I know he was rated in the WBA. Toker's in the building. What's good with you? He was ranked in the WBA for a lot, like for a minute. Yeah, he tough. They hating that Golden Boy Swerve. Shit, that shit free. I'm tapped in with it. If the undercard on the ring card is born, I'm pulling my phone out, bro. Just pull your phone out anyway. Just have both of them out just in case. But I feel you. Look, main event, yo, I like this fight right here. This is a tough one. I don't think this is a gimme for Xander Zayas. I think this is gonna be a tough fight because Abbas Baru is one of those guys that's very determined. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing a lot of heat. He can fight on the inside, and once he pretty much gets to the inside, he's there. So Xander may be the better boxer and probably can, use his legs and box just a little bit. Not running, but kind of just control the center of the ring. And I like what Xander brings to the table though, because he got that youthfulness. You know what I'm saying? Watching him fight, he got a lot of movement, he do a lot of boxing moves in there. You know what I'm saying? So he made for good action. I think he probably got the advantage on the speed and stuff like that and the combinations. But I feel like if he get caught into that fight where he gotta fight in the pocket and make it a dog fight, I like Baru in that fight. I think he can. I think that's his fight. He proved that in his last fight, winning the interim title against Yoenis Tellus, where it was spots where Tellus was doing okay, but Baru, he was just so determined. He ended up breaking him down, and then he dropped him in the last round. I think. Look, let's see how Xander approaches this fight. I would like to see him box a little more and kind of catch Baru coming in and using pivots and angles and stuff like that. It's going to be opportunities for him to sit down with Baru, but I think more so if he's boxing, he can probably make this fight a little easier. You know what I'm saying, for him. I think I like Xander winning this fight in a tough, close, competitive fight, but I can see Baru winning this for real. I think it's a close fight. Should be pretty much even on the. I see this as pretty much an even fight, but I think with the Puerto Rican this fight being in Puerto Rico and Xander feeding off that crowd, I think that would get him enough to win a close fight. So let's see. This is a good one though. This is a good one. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes, sir. This is a good one. They know each other. Yeah, they've been sparring. Yeah, so that's another thing too to take in consideration. They said they spar over 200 rounds. That's a good point, bro. I appreciate that. So that's another thing. So that's why I'm saying maybe Zayas kind of ease his way into the fight and not get caught up into a kind of a dog fight early. So I think he'll win. I think he'll win though. I think he'll pull it out. And then, depending how he look, if he looks spectacular, we got a new star in the sport of boxing because when the Puerto Ricans get behind their fighters, it go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. All right, MSG. We got Lopez versus Stevenson on ring. Was ring 6? It's a ring card right here. Pretty solid card too. Good fight. Two of the top names in boxing. Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson. This fight is at 140 pounds. Ring Magazine and WBO Junior welterweight titles. We're gonna work our way up, man. Let's talk about it. We had the press conference today. Um, kind of that should be cringy as hell. But look, I like this. I like this card though. This heavyweight fight is pretty solid. Two big guys gonna be at least 300. I know Big Baby gonna be around about 310. Abe, he normally fights about 285, 290. So this matchup, Abe is kind of unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? He kind of switches stances, but he fights out the southpaw stance a lot. He got heavy hands. Big power too. He since he got knocked out by Jerry Anderson in the bubble, he been on a nice winning streak. You know what I'm saying? And he's kind of difficult to read because he don't do the basic boxing moves in there, so you might get caught slipping with some. Last I seen him was against Gerald Washington. So both guys got common opponents. They both stopped Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington was faded when Abe fought him. I have to say that. So this is an interesting fight because Abe he's tricky. You know what I'm saying, with his power. Big Baby, he builds up to he builds up in all his fights. He kind of start off slow. He get hit a lot. You know what I'm saying, but then once he gets you stationary, he started letting his hands go. Big Baby never been a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? He just had a big work rate. And we always question that because he tested positive 1,000 times. So we don't know how good he really was. So I think he's diminished just enough to make this fight probably a pretty good fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I think this probably gonna come to who has the better gas tank, and maybe that's Miller because Miller be leaning on you and stuff like that. And Abe, I seen him get tired in a lot of his fights, so let's see. I think Miller probably squeeze it out, or well, hopefully it's not like one of those hugging matches and one of those sloppy heavyweight fights. Hope it's just a lot of action. So we'll see. But it's a good fight to kick off the pay per view. It's pretty solid. Um, he said, "Oh yeah, I seen that. Miller need to come in under 3. I mean, I doubt it. He ain't dedicated enough for that. But I would like to see him around about 290. I think that would be good. But I don't think he been under 300 in years, bro. Abe is live first time. He got a full count. Man, Abe is tricky and he got power. Like, listen, I don't know. He do got an opportunity. I'm with you on that. All right. So we have Carlos Adames versus Amo Williams. This fight kind of came out of nowhere because Amo was in line to fight for the IBF title, but they haven't stripped Janabek yet, so they took the opportunity with the WBC. This is a tough task for Amo because Carlos Adames is pretty. He's a pretty complete fighter. He got flaws, of course, but he can do a lot of good stuff in the ring. He can be aggressive. He can use his legs. He can fight on both sides of the plate, and he got power with both hands. And you have to be kind of switched on with him because he throws shots at awkward angles too. Amo don't have the best defense, but he's tough and he's Amo is going to give it his all. They both have a common opponent, Hamza Shiraz. Hamza cleaned up Amo. You know what I'm saying? That was his best win up until the Berlanga fight. And then Adamas, I thought he took Hamza to shoot. I thought he took Hamza to school and beat him pretty easily. So and he got a draw in that. So that's the two. That's the common opponents. But I think this is a Adamas fight. I think Adamas probably can do just about whatever. He got basically the advantage in every category that we pick fights on. You know what I'm saying? Speed, power. I think he's a bigger puncher than Amo. Even though Amo is solid and he's strong, but I think Adamas' defense is better. He's more experienced. Man, it's like Amo is easy to root for, but this is a tough one for him. I like Adamas in this fight. I think he should win. I think he should win. Janabek hasn't been stripped yet. Now they're still going through the process with his B sample. So he opened it, I think, like 2 weeks ago, and I guess they waiting for the results to come back. So yeah, he still get his process. It's a Adamas I don't trust. He can be lazy sometimes, and he fades too. Yeah, I seen him fade. What was it, Derevchenko fight? He faded in another fight. Look, the J Rock fight. J Rock was doing well in that fight. I think they was giving J Rock the benefit of the doubt until he got stopped. But yeah, he do kind of phase too. Yeah, I think I like him in this fight. I feel comfortable picking him against Amo, even though I like Amo. All right, another WBC world title fight. This was the vacant WBC featherweight title. Bruce Shushu Carrington versus Carlos Castro. These guys look pretty even in height. Castro, he came up short a couple of times. He been there with better competition, but that don't necessarily mean that Shushu can't do work on him. He came up short in those opportunities. Brandon Figueroa stopped him, but the Fulton fight, I thought Fulton edged that out. After the knockdown, Castro dropped Fulton with a right hand. But after that, I thought Fulton kind of dogged his way to win a decision. He finished real strong. So Castro's a good fighter though, a good boxer. He got solid power, but he never really been crazy, overwhelmingly crazy to me when I watch him fight. Shushu got the speed advantage. He probably got the power advantage as well. Both guys look. I think they're gonna look big and strong at 126. They're taller guys. I like Shushu fighting at home. I'm not sure if he stops Castro, but I think Shushu does well against guys, taller guys. He fight well at home. Only time he struggled really to me was a Sagawa fight. And the other guy, the African guy he fought his last fight, he dominated that fight, even though it was kind of touch and go. But I like Shushu. I think Shushu is in a position where he can kind of steal the crowd away. You know what I'm saying? Because he do have a lot of knockouts at MSG. You know what I'm saying? A lot of highlight reel performances. So he may do it again, but I pick Shushu in this fight right here against Castro. Co-main event: Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz. Interesting fight. I think it's a tough fight too for both. Jermaine Ortiz is a good boxer. You know, he got a lot of versatility to his game. I mean, I seen him do a lot of stuff in the ring. The only thing I question is him actually finishing fights, like finishing fights strong. That's probably his two. That's his Achilles heel because his two fights that he lost, I thought he beat Teofimo even with that performance. Even though it wasn't a lot of output, I thought he out what you call it? He was just more crafty than Teofimo. I thought he outboxed him. The Lomachenko fight, he kind of faded. That fight was pretty close, but he faded the last couple of rounds. So that's one thing you gotta look for. But as far as like boxing and throwing and keeping Keyshawn off balance, and he can have a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? Because Jermaine Ortiz is pretty smart in the ring. He do a lot of good stuff in the ring. He do get hit though more than I like. He do bruise up and stuff like that. But I don't think he should. This fight, I think he can kind of box with Keyshawn instead of kind of moving and doing a lot of that moving he was doing against Teofimo. I think if he do that, I think Keyshawn probably beat him in a wide decision. But let's see if you're gonna stick there with Keyshawn and push him back. Try to push Keyshawn back and use all your awkward movements that he do, footwork, his angles. Boxing from the southpaw stance. Like Jermaine Ortiz can win this fight though if he stick to the game plan and actually go take the fight. You know what I'm saying? Not just lollygag to the end of the fight like he do in his biggest performances. Keyshawn coming off a long layoff. The last time we seen him, he was destroying his city in Norfolk. But before that, he looked spectacular against Baranchet. I mean, he dominated him. Looked like he's a star in the making. Now he had that setback in June, but I think, as far as I feel like he was still ready to fight. He was just off. I don't know. Outside the ring, shit was crazy. But Keyshawn was on a nice little trajectory until that happened. He's a good boxer puncher. He's strong. He's moving up to 140, but I don't think it's going to be too crazy. I don't think the weight going to be a big issue. He's without Team Bomac, Team Crawford, so maybe that plays a role if the fight get tight or he go through some adversity. But I think he'll be cool in this fight. He look like he's motivated. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to see what happens tomorrow at the weigh-in. I think Jermaine Ortiz actually, I mean, I seen them today. They look like Keyshawn was bigger, but I think I know I've been watching Jermaine fight for a while. He always looked like a real big guy in these weight classes. So I think the size ain't gonna really make a difference. But let's see if Keyshawn can break down Jermaine Ortiz, go to the body, counter shots, walk him into some stuff, make Jermaine fight when he don't really want to. It's an interesting fight. I like Keyshawn. I don't know if Keyshawn gonna stop him. That'd be a big statement if he stop him. But I think he win on points. I don't think it's gonna be easy as well, especially early. I think Jermaine gonna do some good work early. Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yes, sir. All right. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. I've been hearing a lot of takes on this fight, and I feel like people getting it wrong. They talking about Teofimo is this pressure fighter. He's gonna be all over Shakur, and he's this big puncher. I don't see that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think Teofimo is a good athletic fighter, very smart, defensively sound, but he make a lot of mistakes too. But he also do a lot of that, you know, playing around and stuff when he know he got it in the bag. You know what I'm saying? I seen him jump to try to get to his opponents like Like he throwing punches. I'm talking about his feet leaving the ground type shit. I seen him. I seen him out of position, not cutting the ring off against guys that's boxing and moving a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he's not a good fighter if he coming forward. Teofimo is a counter puncher. He like for you to bring it to him because he got twitchy muscles and he got he got good reflexes. So this one is basically we got two counter punches. Who is going to take the lead enough to kind of win these rounds? I see a lot of close rounds. Damn, I don't see nobody like actually dominating by like beating somebody up. I can see them kind of dominating like I don't even see no domination in this fight. When I see people just nick rounds or take rounds by one or two punches, that's not dominating to me. Dominating is when you your punch output and your landing is like three times more when you just beating on somebody. But I can see a lot of that tit for tat type shit, a lot of countering, a lot of feints. I see that, but I think the fight gonna warm up. And actually, I think the guy who's coming forward, who probably have the most success, is Shakur. I think he's actually a better fighter coming forward. He don't really move like that, like people saying he do. They don't really watch his fights like that. He's more so mid range, and he just try to gauge his distance and stuff like that. But Shakur is an underrated body puncher. He's not. I don't think he's a big one punch artist, knockout artist, but he's a solid body puncher, and he's just real smart. Got a high ring IQ, and he know how to kind of break guys down in a strategic way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really touch him too crazy. You're gonna miss. He can make you pay like that, and that kind of demoralizes guys. What he gonna bring to the table? We all know he fight up to his competition, but I feel like this one right here, I don't think that's gonna be the case in this fight. I think he's gonna have a lot of issues trying to get to Shakur, and I think while he's been getting frustrated, I think Shakur gonna start to kind of pick and poke, steal some crumbs, like they say, until he end up winning a decision. But I don't see nobody getting dominated. That shit sound crazy. I don't think this winning rounds barely is domination. You know what I'm saying? I like Shakur by decision. Teofimo will make it like I think it's a competitive fight because Teofimo is smart too. He's going to keep Shakur kind of on edge as well because, like I said, he's a more twitchier fighter, but I just feel like the tactics of the fight. I think the range, the distance, Teofimo not wanting to cut the ring off, and he's going to. If they in front of each other, I think they're just going to have a jabbing contest, and I think Shakur will probably get the better of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Shakur, something like 8-4. I think if it's in the trenches, I also like Shakur in the trenches because Teofimo to me he's not really a big puncher to me. Like at 140, he's not. It's way different than 135. So Shakur can take a little bit of risk, but he probably won't. He'll probably just play it smart and just outbox and be real tactical in this fight. And I think he'll win a decision, but we'll see. We'll see. I think look, this fight right here, I think it could be better than what expected, depending on if Teofimo going to come get him. If he's going to come get Shakur, it's going to be a better fight. If they both trying to play chess, it's going to be Shakur. It might it might not be the most pleasing fight. So let's see. Thomas Hill in the building. What's good with you? Aircraft carrier in the building. What's good? Get those close rounds. Yeah, get those close rounds. You got to. You got to step on the gas and get them. I can. Oh look, I can also see Teofimo trying to steal the last 30 seconds of a round too. I can see that, yo. Shakur always get judged favorably in his last fight. Zepeda, they scored that super wide. Yeah, I felt that was a close fight too. I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that. I thought it was 7-5 maybe, but I think they had it 9-3 or some shit. I didn't see that fight. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm not gonna write off and say this fight gonna be boring because I think these two guys got a lot at stake, and I think this is gonna be a good fight. I don't think it's gonna be like how we saw last week with more Tyler, but I think it's gonna be similar as far as like it's not gonna be like boring. Like that fight last week was like it was high pace. It was a lot of skills and talent and a lot of shit going on in that ring with more Tyler and Andy Cruz. I think we can get something like that. Not the same fight, but something like that. Like you're gonna see two high level guys in the ring on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. I like Shakur though. I like Shakur. All right, last one. Sunday, February the 1st. Zuffa Boxing, Zuffa 2. You know what I'm saying? They kicked off their show last week on the 23rd. This is their second one. This is a much better card to me. A lot of notable guys and established fighters on this card. So we're gonna headline with Rayo Valenzuela versus Torres. Torres is a good fighter too. Not sure if everybody is aware of him, but he's a pretty solid fighter. Diego Torres from Mexico. But let's look at the card though. Jamar Talley, cruiserweight. He's with Team Bomac. He's with them. I actually think Bernie is like the lead guy, but I'm not sure. But he's with Team Crawford. He's facing Devontae Williams. Devontae Williams, damn, when I seen him, he fought on. I think he fought Tristan Caltrue on Golden Boy on short notice, and he fought on Deontay Wilder's undercard in last June, and he got stopped in that fight. So we'll see. Jamar Talley, he looked pretty solid, looked pretty strong. He a cruiserweight. He looked like a heavyweight. He like 6'4", 6'5". He's pretty solid fighter though. So tap in with him. Zuffa Boxing on Paramount Plus. Raymond Tyler, a good fighter. People were saying he was mid. Yeah, because they wishy washy. He's always been a good fighter. He was knocking out. He had a string of knockouts, and then people was pushing him towards Shakur. He'll beat Shakur. He'll beat Keyshawn. Right? He had a lackluster performance against the African guy in Dundinji. Yeah, had a tough fight against him where he looked so. Then they said he was trash. He had a tough fight with Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer, up until that point, gave everybody tough fights. And he kind of struggled early, then he finished strong. So based off of that, that's why they were saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's what have you done for me lately? And it's really a lot of these boxing fans don't do their research. And then they just follow what the next man say. So if their favorite content creators say he's trash or he's mid, then they're gonna follow that same narrative. That's just how they do. They're not gonna do their own research. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it be. Rayo, a good fighter, fam. Rayo is an offensive fighter with two-handed power. Yes, sir, he is. And I can't wait to see him fight because he's coming off a tough loss. And yeah, bro, I agree with you. He got power in both hands. Obitaya is not facing McKaylen next. I think Brandon Glanton. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing as well. That's actually a fun fight. Obitaya and Glanton. That's a fun fight. Z Pacino, what's good with you, bro? Salute. All right, we got heavyweights. Julian Gomez versus Van Hauser. Van Hauser, I remember seeing him on them MVP prospect cards. He's a pretty good fighter too. You know, like I think he's like 6'4", 6'5" as well. So yeah, we got Devon Cato Kane. You know, he's another one, pretty solid as well. I remember he was in training camp with Crawford, getting him ready for Sean Porter. He fights on both sides too. He's facing Christian Morales. Oscar Perez versus Justin Viloria. That's gonna be a good one right there. That's a pretty good fight right there. Pretty good matchup. Jaleel Hackett, he's coming back. Nice little turnaround for him. He's facing Roberto Cruz. So Jaleel Hackett, of course, he left Matchroom. He had a terrible situation. He lost in December last year, 2024, and then he's supposed to rematch the guy. Hurt his ankle fight week. Then he came back. He fought on the fight week of Canelo Crawford. He looked good, looked real good in that fight. Then he came back and fought in December, early December, on the Badu Jack with Kalen undercard. Now he's right back. So activity for a young fighter like Jaleel Hackett, whose career been stalled out when he was with Mayweather Promotions. Like for a long time, he was like Carmel Moulton. We only heard about Jaleel Hackett. We never seen a full fight of his. I think a full fight I seen of him I think he fought on one of these prelims on PBC. I mean, he was probably like, I forgot. He was already maybe 7 or 8-0. So yeah, good for him. Staying active. And we'll see. He's fighting at middleweight. So Jaleel Hackett would be in contention to fight like Callum Wash and Misiel Lopez and stuff like that for that Zuffa belt down the line. Were there any knockouts on the Zuffa event? No, it wasn't. No, they had on regular regulation gloves, 10 ounces and 8 ounces for 47 and below. No, it was a stoppage at Misiel Lopez, but I think the dude said his eye, something happened with his eye. But no, it won't like nobody sleep though. So let's see. Hopefully that changed. You know what I'm saying? We want to see some knockouts. I'm with you, bro. Um, Now open up the main card. We got two established light heavyweights. Hot Rod Kalajic, he's from Croatia, been around for a long time. And then Alexander Volcic, he a former world champion. Look, this is a good fight. Both of these guys was like a trial horse for two of the top big name guys coming to 175. Kalajic, he was a trial horse for David Morrell, his first fight at 147. Gave Morrell a solid fight. He was boxing. He was boxing okay. Morrell didn't look so crazy when he was looking on PBC, knocking out all those dudes. He looked kind of down to earth. And then Benavidez, when he made his first fight at 175, he fought Alexander Volcic, and he dominated Volcic for the first 8 rounds. Then Volcic woke up and started to do well late in the fight. So these guys is fighting, man. It's a pretty good even fight at this stage of their career. Uh, yeah, bro. This kind of a toss up, to be honest. I would say go with Volcic because maybe he's a little bit better under the lights. He only got 2 losses to the top guys. Kalajic lost to 2 top guys too. Yo, this is a pretty even fight though. I'm gonna go with Volcic though, but that's pretty even. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty even though. Good to see Hackett at 160. He looked dead at 47 and dead at 54 too. Shit, I'm with you. I'm looking past Rayo's opponent and calling out. Okay, Rayo and Edwin rematch. Yes, sir. I'm with you. You like Hot Rod for the win, bro. I ain't mad at that at all. Yeah, Hot Rod is a solid fighter. Yeah, Hot Rod can win this fight, bro. I ain't even mad at that. Co-main event: Sergey Bogachev versus Raz Butayev. Raza Butayev, bro. This shit. I can't see this fight being nothing but all out war. You know what I'm saying? This is Ukraine versus Russia. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen. I haven't. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I haven't seen Ukraine versus Russia in a boxing ring since that invasion kicked off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, Russia invaded Ukraine. I haven't seen it since. So that's interesting, parallel. So I'm pretty sure not neither guy trying to lose to each other. Let's keep it in a buck. But their style of fights, though, like both of these guys ain't taking no step back. Like Bogachev, he coming off a loss to Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams is his kryptonite. Um, but you know how he coming. He want to fight and stand in the pocket and fight. He actually had a bad performance against Mike Fox right before the Brandon Adams fight too. So, but he like a guy to sit there and fight. And Butayev will bring that smoke. Now Butayev, they both like to fight, you know what I'm saying, on the inside. They're pretty tough, rugged guys. Butayev a little dirty. Go see the Stanley Jones fight. He a little dirty. Stanley Jones was beating him to the punch with that jab, and he was kind of, outmaneuvering him in that fight. But he was fighting dirty in that fight. So let's see, man. This is interesting. Bogachev need this win. He need this win in a bad way. I know he was Zuffa boxing and they'll give him more opportunities, but the way he looked against Brandon Adams in a fight where he just underperformed so badly, yeah, he got to tighten up. Butayev really been inactive. He had a little comeback fight in November, but for the most part, he been inactive since the Stanionis fight. So, yeah. No, it's a good card, bro. Yeah, it's solid. Good card. Main event, we got Rayo Valenzuela versus Diego Torres. This is gonna be a fun one too. Diego Torres got a lot of knockouts fighting in Mexico. He's a real solid guy. He got 1 loss to Raymond Atala. Hindsight 2020, That's not a bad loss based on how we seen Ray last weekend. So he's a tough guy. Like to come to fight. It should it should be a pretty solid fight. Now Rayo got more dimensions. Rayo can box. Rayo can box. He showed that he can fight off a back foot and stick to a game plan. You seen what he did to Pitbull. He set the blueprint how to beat him. He got enough power to keep. He got enough power that kept Pitbull honest, and he was using his feet and all boxing him. So if it comes to that, I think Rayo can do that. But like my man said in the chat a little earlier, dude got power in both hands, and I agree with that a lot. So let's see. I like Rayo though to get back in the winning ways, and hopefully get that rematch with Evan, like my man Z said. I'm with that. So overall, this is a solid card, bro. It's a solid card. It's a step up from the first one because the two other card fights for the main card is pretty good. Excuse me, pretty good because I think Vocious and Kalajic gonna be like a experienced boxing match, two guys, but I think it'll be pretty entertaining. But Bokachuk and Buteyev, those guys thumping. Y'all already know how they coming. So man, good shit. He said too many wars already for Bokachuk. Shoot, maybe so. Maybe, yo. All his fights are the same way. You know what I'm saying? And when you step up in competition, I thought he beat Virgil though. I did. I thought he edged that out. I thought the two knockdowns was enough because I thought the fight was pretty even in rounds, but I thought he should have got the edge. But that Brandon Adams fight, Brandon Adams took it to him. You know what I'm saying? So and he always get touched up. But I don't know if you've seen what Mike Fox did to him. Mike Fox was outboxing him. And Mike Fox dropped him with the lightest jab ever in history. It looked like the jab that I know you seen like a clip when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor when he barely grazed his nose when he hit him with a no when Conor hit Floyd with a jab and it barely grazed his nose. That's how light that jab was that dropped Bogachuk. But the referee didn't score it. But it was a knockdown. But that shit was light as hell. So yeah, that shit was crazy. I got Buteyev and Hot Rod. Okay, those not bad picks, bro. I ain't even mad at you. Ain't bad picks. Rayo should stop him. Let's see. Diego Torres is pretty good now. He's alright. He's not a bad fighter. And he got power too. So yeah, that would be a good look for Rayo if we can get to stop his victory. But I'm gonna pick Rayo. So yo, as you guys can see, man, it's a great weekend of boxing, y'all. We got so much boxing. It's gonna be hard to keep up with, but we're gonna try our best to do so. Hopefully, everybody can tap in with this boxing. We know we got one pay-per-view, Lopez and Stevenson. So that's the zone pay-per-view. Everything else pretty much the zone. We got a bunch of the zone cards that you guys can tap into. Bachram and Kelly. This card right here is gonna be on the zone. I'm looking forward to this because we got a world title on the line. And we got Bachram and Turhan on the card, two big punching fighters and stuff like that. So let's see. Kelly has a chance to win a world title. Xander and Baru. This is gonna be it's gonna be free on Tubi and any of these platforms that you want to tap into. But I'm looking forward to this one. I think this one will be a good one. Unification at 154. If Xander wins, he can catapult to being like a star. He has a lot of favor at the negotiation table. Abbas Baru, not a big name, but hopefully this will get him, if he wins, and get him the notoriety as well. So this is gonna be good. Let me see. Oh, Pro Box. No, listen, we can't miss Pro Box. Like we ain't missing no Pro Box fights. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? we definitely watching Pro Box. So y'all make sure y'all tap in tomorrow. Pro Box TV live on their YouTube channel. Man, go crazy. If you see him in the chat, man, salute. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So yeah, let me see. What else? We got the boxer card. It's on the zone, so you guys definitely tap in with that. Let me see. We got Jacob Bank versus William Skull. So William Skull, he got an opportunity to get that stank off him on that Canelo fight because he was looking crazy in that fight. He was doing too much movement. He actually was boxing well, but way too much movement. Yeah, I touched on it. Yeah, I can't wait for that fight, bro. It's 3 world titles on the line at 154. Xander and Baruch. That's gonna be a good one. I like Xander. I touched on this one too. Kelly and Bakram. I think Kelly can do some things. I think he has an opportunity to win the fight. Everything is in his favor, but I like Bakram. I'm gonna pick Bakram. You know what I'm saying? Josh gonna get his ass knocked out. See, I hear that. I hear that. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying earlier, he got he got the home court advantage. He already signed the fight boots. That you know what I'm saying? He signed with Matchroom, you know what I'm saying? So when they kind of, lean to him, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. But it could be pressure, you know what I'm saying? If he know he got to fight Boots, maybe he'll be like, I'm good. I don't know. But he's in the best opportunity to win the world title because everything is based on his favor. Because Bakram is a B-side champion going over to the UK and everything is against him. So yeah, bro, we're gonna see. But it's a lot of boxing, man. We're gonna recap it all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it all in, make sure we watch everything for sure. Yeah, bro. Hopefully you guys can enjoy this boxing, and hopefully we have a great like the main events and all the big name fighters. Keyshawn's fight, Shakur Teofimo. Hopefully it live up to the billing and to the accolades and all the stuff that these fighters and the attention that they garner, because Shakur get a lot of attention. Teofimo talk about his legacy. Keyshawn, he got to get right. This a must win for Keyshawn to me because of what happened in Norfolk in June. So a lot of storylines, a lot of fights. We're gonna be here to cover it all. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate the time, and I'm out.